Does any one of them have the intention of taking revenge? Will you fall in love with someone who is always against you? Let's find out. A Curious Twist of Fate Part 2. As they waited in line, they chatted about their day, and the conversation flowed more easily than it had in the past. Amelia asked Ethan about his hobbies, curious to know what he enjoyed doing outside of work. "Do you have any hobbies?" she inquired, trying to keep the conversation light. Ethan hesitated for a moment before answering. "I play the piano," he said. "It's something I've always loved, but I don't get much time to do it anymore." Amelia was intrigued. "Really? I didn't know that," she said. "I'd love to hear you play sometime." Ethan smiled, appreciating her genuine interest. "Maybe someday," he replied. "What about you? Do you have any hobbies?" Amelia's face lit up as she talked about her passion for painting. "I love painting landscapes and portraits," she said. "I usually spend my weekends out in the countryside, capturing the beauty of nature on canvas. It's my way of escaping from the daily grind." Ethan was fascinated by her description. "That sounds amazing," he said. "I'd love to see some of your work." Their conversation continued as they sat down with their coffees. They talked about their favorite places, books, and movies. For the first time, they saw each other as more than just colleagues with opposing views. They found common ground in their appreciation for art and creativity, which helped bridge the gap between their differing personalities. Over the next few weeks, their interactions became more personal. They started sharing more about their lives and interests. Amelia invited Ethan to one of her art exhibits, where he was impressed by her talent and the beauty of her paintings. He admired her ability to capture the essence of nature with such vivid colors and detail. Ethan, in turn, invited Amelia to a small concert he was performing at. Amelia was amazed by his skill on the piano and the emotion he conveyed through his music. She had always seen Ethan as a serious and distant person, but witnessing his passion for music revealed a new side of him. Their growing friendship led to more shared experiences. They explored the town's hidden gems together, such as quaint bookstores and scenic spots that Amelia had discovered during her painting trips. Ethan, who had always been focused on work, began to appreciate the beauty of these places through Amelia's eyes. One day, as they walked through a park near their office, they stopped to watch a group of children playing. Ethan pointed out how the simple joy on their faces reminded him of his own childhood. Amelia shared her own memories of playing in the park and the sense of freedom it gave her. Their conversation turned to their hopes and dreams for the future, and they found themselves opening up in ways they hadn't before. These moments of personal connection strengthened their bond. They began to understand each other's backgrounds and motivations better. Amelia saw Ethan's dedication to his work and his struggle to balance his career with his personal passions. Ethan, on the other hand, saw Amelia's creativity and the effort she put into her art, which made her more than just a colleague with whom he clashed. Their growing friendship had a noticeable impact on their work. The project continued to progress smoothly, with both Amelia and Ethan contributing their best ideas and working together harmoniously. They learned to value each other's input and found ways to incorporate both their creative and detailed approaches into their work. One evening, as they wrapped up their work for the day, Ethan turned to Amelia and said, "You know, I never thought we'd get to this point. I'm really glad we worked through our differences." Amelia smiled and nodded. "Me too," she said. "It's been a journey, but I'm happy we've gotten to know each other better." As they walked home together, they felt a sense of contentment and accomplishment. Their professional rivalry had evolved into a meaningful friendship built on mutual respect and personal discovery. They had learned to appreciate each other's strengths and flaws, and this newfound connection had transformed their working relationship into something much more fulfilling. As Amelia and Ethan's project approached its final stages, their collaboration had reached a new level of synergy. They had successfully blended Amelia's creativity with Ethan's detailed planning, creating a product that exceeded their expectations. The project had become a testament to their teamwork, and their respect for each other had grown into a deep appreciation. One crisp autumn evening, after a particularly long day at work, Amelia and Ethan decided to take a break and enjoy a walk around the town square. The leaves crunched underfoot, and the streetlights cast a warm glow over the scene. They chatted about the project's success and how proud they were of their work. "I can't believe how well everything turned out," Amelia said, smiling as she looked around. "It feels like we've accomplished something truly special." Ethan nodded, his face reflecting a mix of satisfaction and contemplation. "Yes, it's been quite a journey," he agreed. "I've learned so much from working with you." As they walked, their conversation shifted from work to more personal topics. They discussed their plans for the weekend and shared stories from their past. Ethan spoke about his love for playing the piano and how it had always been a source of comfort for him. Amelia talked about her painting and the sense of peace she found in nature. Suddenly, as they strolled past a small, picturesque fountain in the town square, Ethan stopped and looked at Amelia with a serious expression. "There's something I've been meaning to tell you," he said, his voice tinged with nervousness. Amelia stopped and turned to face him, sensing the seriousness in his tone. "What is it, Ethan?" she asked, her curiosity piqued. Ethan took a deep breath, gathering his thoughts. "Amelia, when we first started working together, I never imagined that things would turn out this way," he began. "I was so focused on our differences that I didn't see the value in what you brought to the table. But over time, I've come to realize something important." Amelia looked at him, her heart racing slightly. She could sense that this was a significant moment. "What have you realized?" she asked softly. Ethan hesitated for a moment before continuing. "I've realized that I've developed feelings for you. I never thought this would happen, especially given how we started. But spending so much time together, getting to know you, and seeing the person you are beyond just a colleague, it's made me realize that I care about you more than I ever expected." Amelia's eyes widened in surprise. She had sensed a growing closeness between them, but she hadn't anticipated that it would lead to this. Her heart swelled with a mix of emotions. "Ethan, she began, but words seemed to escape her. Ethan took her hands in his, looking into her eyes with a vulnerable expression. "I know this might come as a shock, and I understand if you don't feel the same way, but I needed to be honest with you about how I feel. You've become such an important part of my life, and I can't imagine it without you." Amelia's emotions were a whirlwind. She had been reflecting on their evolving relationship and had started to realize that her feelings for Ethan were changing too. She had grown to admire him deeply and enjoyed the time they spent together. "Ethan," she said, her voice trembling slightly, "I've been feeling the same way. I didn't know how to put it into words, but I've come to care about you a lot. It's funny how our journey started with so much conflict and ended up here." Ethan's face brightened with relief and joy. "I'm so glad to hear that," he said, squeezing her hands gently. "I never imagined that our rivalry would lead to this, but I'm grateful for how things have turned out." Amelia smiled, her heart full of warmth. "Me too. It's amazing how life can surprise us in the most unexpected ways." As they stood by the fountain, the soft sound of water flowing in the background, they felt a deep sense of connection. Their initial rivalry had evolved into a bond that was both strong and genuine. They had discovered a love that had grown from their shared experiences and mutual respect. Ethan took a step closer, his gaze filled with affection. Amelia, would you consider giving us a chance to explore where this might lead? I'd like to see where our connection takes us. Amelia nodded, her heart racing with excitement. I'd like that too, Ethan. Let's see where this journey takes us. As they shared a tender, heartfelt moment by the fountain, they knew that their relationship had transformed in ways they hadn't expected. Their rivalry had blossomed into a deep and meaningful connection, proving that sometimes the most unexpected paths can lead to the most beautiful destinations. As Amelia and Ethan continued to explore their new relationship, they found themselves growing even closer. The challenges and conflicts that had once defined their interactions now seemed like distant memories. They had transformed from rivals into partners, both professionally and personally, and their bond was stronger than either of them had ever imagined. The success of their project was celebrated at a company event. Their boss, Mr. Clark, praised their exceptional teamwork, acknowledging how their different strengths had come together to create something truly remarkable. While their colleagues congratulated them on the project's success, Amelia and Ethan felt that their personal growth was the real achievement. Over the next few months, Amelia and Ethan's relationship deepened. They continued to support each other in their personal and professional lives. Ethan often attended Amelia's art exhibits, admiring her work and offering encouragement. In turn, Amelia was a regular at Ethan's piano performances, cheering him on and appreciating the beauty of his music. Their time together was filled with shared experiences and new adventures. They enjoyed quiet weekends in the countryside, where Amelia would paint and Ethan would play the piano. They explored new places around town, discovering hidden gems and creating lasting memories. Their life together was a blend of creativity, music, and shared interests, making their days brighter and more fulfilling. Their friends and family noticed the positive change in both of them. They were happier, more relaxed, and more in tune with each other's needs. The once tense interactions had evolved into a loving and supportive relationship, and those around them could see the joy they brought to each other's lives. One evening, as they walked hand in hand through the town square, the same place where their heartfelt conversation had taken place, Ethan stopped and looked at Amelia with a warm smile. "You know," he said, "I never would have guessed that our journey would bring us here. I'm so grateful for everything we've shared and the love we've found." Amelia smiled back, her heart full. "Me too, Ethan. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm thankful for every moment of it." As they stood by the fountain, the same place where Ethan had first confessed his feelings, they knew that their relationship was just beginning. They had found something truly special in each other, and they were excited to see what the future held. With their hearts full of hope and happiness, they faced the future together, ready to embrace whatever life had in store for them. Their love story, which had started with rivalry and conflict, had blossomed into a beautiful relationship built on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine affection. In the small town of Willowbrook, Amelia and Ethan's tale became a testament to the power of change and the beauty of unexpected connections. They had discovered that sometimes the most unexpected paths can lead to the most fulfilling and loving relationships. And as they walked together into the future, they knew that their love was a testament to the fact that true happiness can often be found in the most surprising places. The story ends here.
If you're interested in hearing about a boy who struggles to find a city made of gold, click the video here or follow the link in the description.